Hey, this is Nate Bargatze. I'm bringing you some of the best comics that you might not know yet, but you're about to get to know them. Don't worry, they're going to be on their best behavior. We shot this live in Nashville, Tennessee. It's the Nateland Showcase.
Hello. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for saying hello, because sometimes I'll get on stage and people will not say anything to me at all, and I've been trying to figure out what's been going on, and I found out that I have human resources energy, so I don't know if you see it, but the haircut does not help, so I tend to stress people out. That's what happens. Like, I get on stage and people are like, this lady has fired me. I don't feel comfortable speaking to her, and it's fine, because I used to reject it. I was like, that's not who I am. I'm not an HR lady, but my voice is too soothing, okay? Because I seem like I'd be like, listen, you're not in trouble. This is just a verbal. This won't go in your file. But it will. Have a seat. So that's what I put out, and I know that. I'm aware of it. But people love to talk to me unprovoked, out in the wild. I don't like it, okay? I don't want to be talked to. I want to be left alone, okay? But these are the things that happen to me. So, like, one day, I am in a store. I'm at the register. I am checking out, okay? And the woman said, can I ask you a question? I thought it would be normal, like, where'd you get that shirt? Where'd you get your hair attached? Something normal. This lady looked at me, rubbed her belly, and she said, how do you know when you're ovulating? And I was like, girl, we are in Target, okay? I said, you can have that kind of conversation in Walmart. Like, we don't talk like that here. Not in Target. This is my place. This is a classy place. Don't ruin it for me. But I felt put on the spot, because I'm like, I'm a woman. I owe her an answer. So I just said, girl, you can feel the eggs when they drop. And she looked grateful. So I said, I gotta keep talking to her, okay? I gotta help this lady, because I used to be a corporate trainer. So I said, let me just reach back into that part of my life. Let me teach her. So I said, have you ever seen The Price is Right? Do you know the game Plinko? That's how it works, like the chips. That's what's happening. Like, they just go clank, 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 clank. And when it hits 0, you're pregnant. And she was just like, oh my God. And I just went, oh no, this is bad. Like, we have got to fix the educational system. She should not be relying on random HR lady to help her. So I'm very tall. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm 6 feet tall, okay? And it makes people think I have authority. I don't, okay? People think I can help. I won't, okay? I don't want to be involved with anybody's life. I don't. And so I'm going to tell you something that happened to me when I first moved to the city. So I go shopping one day. I'm leaving the store. A woman runs up to me off the street, and she goes, why is the train down? And I was like, are you asking me? And she was like, yeah, like, why is the train down? And I was like, oh, I was inside, I wasn't underground. But also, this is TJ Maxx, so I don't know why you think that I would know that. And this is why self-awareness is important, because I looked down and I went, oh no, I have a transit informational shaped body. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, I am shaped like a person who knows train schedules. Like, that's my body type. Like, I don't want that for my life. That's not who I don't think that's who I am. So in addition to being an HR lady, I'm also a train person. Like, those are the spaces that I live in. I don't want this for myself. I don't, because I thought I was shaped better than that. I did. I was like, this is at least an Uber XL. That's what I thought. But that lady was like, nope, you're a locomotive person. That's who you are. That's again, I don't want that for myself. But we still just kept standing there. And I'm looking at her and I go, are you going inside or not? And she goes, no, I'm going in. I was like, well, then you need to stand clear of the closing doors. So that is a train announcement because I've accepted who I am at this point. My sister just had a baby, okay? So I'm listen, I shouldn't even be here right now because I'm on maternity leave. You can make up stuff like that when you're in HR. You can. I don't know, but that's when you really just take time out of your schedule to just FaceTime the baby. You don't really have to do anything. It's not a real big commitment, but I love this baby. I love her so much, but I don't know if I like what she's doing to the family. Okay, because let me just, are there any grandparents in here tonight? Like, where are you? Okay, wow, let me just say, you all have done a disservice to your children, okay? Because watching my parents with the baby, I'm like, oh, that's what love is. Like, because they don't love me or my sister as much as they love this baby. And I'm like, why are we all in on this person? You know, we don't know what she's about. You know, like I don't know anything about like where she come from. I don't know. Like we don't know. Like we don't know her political views. She might be a spy. Like we don't know. And we're just like, oh, we love you. Come on in. I'm like, no. Like let's let her talk first. Like let's see what she's into. You know, but. But she's there, and this is what upsets me the most. It's really my dad, because, again, this is their first grandchild. They're out of control. I need you to understand, like, my dad is a 70-year-old black man who has been smoking since he was 12, okay? So his voice sounds like this. Like that's how he talks. That's the voice. That's it. But it's not there for the baby. His voice is sweet, it's melodic. He's like, it's that G-Pos baby. And I'm like, but if I walk in a room, he's like, what you want? And I'm like, oh, I would like to go back in time and be parented the way you parented this baby. Like that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. But he doesn't trust me with the baby. He does not trust me, which, to be fair, she did fall out of the bed under my care. But listen, because I feel like some of you want to report me. She's fine. She has hit all her milestones, okay? She's doing great. But he watches everything that I do. Like, I was changing her diaper one day, and he was like, hey, you know you got to wipe her from the front to the back. And I was like, yeah, I'm familiar. Like, okay, like, you can, like, please. But my dad tries to be accountable. That's what I appreciate about him. He does, and this is how he'll do it. When he does something wrong, he will say, Daddy messed up, okay? My dad used to drive a 1978 Ford F-150 that had a carbon monoxide leak. Now, I don't know if you've ever been picked up by your parents and poisoned at the same time, but that was my everyday life after school. I would get in there regularly, fall out. I'd be like, oh God, I'm so tired. And he'd be like, you're not tired, you're dying, that's the poison. Roll the window down, Daddy messed up. Like that's who raised me. He also was in the Army. I don't like to ask him about that time in his life because I don't know if I'm gonna get the full story, but I do know that one time he got in trouble because he shot one of his superiors. I asked about it. I shouldn't have, against my better judgment. I asked, and I said, "Did you kill this guy? And he's like, I shot him in the leg. He lives, but he hops. 'Cause daddy messed up. And I was like, no further questions. This is probably one of my favorite stories about my family. When I was a kid, and I just want to clarify to everybody, this was in the 80s before y'all decide that everything I've said needs to be reported. But my mom left me at home with my dad one night when she went out with her friends. She came back, found both of us passed out on the floor, drunk. It was the 80s. So my mom comes back in, she sees me, she sees my dad. She's panicking. And she's like, oh my God, like Mia, like what happened? And out of my 3-year-old mouth, I just go, I'm drunk. I don't know where I'm at, 'cause daddy messed up. So that is how I became a comedian, you guys. So I'm Mia Jackson, thank you so much. Bye.